Testing 1 2 1 2.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. And good afternoon to Paisley Park, home of the Altona Magic, taking on Caroline Springs George Cross.
It's going to be a huge game today. It is 12th versus 7th. Ready to go live. Coming to you live from Paisley Park. It's a big game today. Magic looking to stay in NPL Victoria for the 2027 season.
Caroline Springs George Cross FC looking to make a finals appearance in the NPL Victoria in their first season back in the top flight for so many years. What a story.
rain doesn't come in, we'll be good. Thanks, mate.
Help us level the playing field. Sign the parliamentary petition today to fuel the growth and fund the game.
Well, it's a good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round 23 of the Senol NPL Men's Victoria match between the hosts Altona Magic and the visiting Caroline Springs George Cross, coming to you live from Paisley Park, all thanks to NPL Victoria YouTube page. My name is Alex Sivkorowski, and joining me in the gantry is Katie Lambeski. Welcome to you, Katie.
Good afternoon, Alex. Good afternoon, everyone. What a game we have in store for us today. I'm looking forward to this all week. Finals implications are on the line for the Georgies. What a story that would be if they're able to get up after their first campaign back in the NPL Victoria, back in the top flight. A remarkable story in their own right. They'll come here tonight, this afternoon, really confident. That being said, Altona on their home deck, particularly with what they've been able to achieve, I just about think that they're secure in the NPL Victoria. I think we have to say that they're a bona fide NPL Victoria club well and truly now. Punch above their weight. They're greater. This team is greater than the sum of their parts. Tricky conditions, a little bit windy about here today, so I kind of fancy Altona to get it done in their home conditions, but it's going to be close. It's going to be a very tough contest in front of us, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it all plays out.
Yes, you're absolutely right there, Katie. Both teams playing for very different reasons. Obviously, Magic trying to stay in the top tier of Victoria football and secure their spot with a win here today. Caroline Springs George Cross looking to play finals football in their first year back after being away for 16 years. What an occasion this will be for both these sides. Coming into this game, Katie, you would think that George Cross will be the favourites, but it's actually Altona Magic. They're coming into this game with a bit of form. They're currently in 10th place on 26 points, and at the moment they have, in their last 5, 3 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. Their wins coming 2-0 to Thunder, 3-1 to Gully, 1-0 to the Greens, a draw to the Burgers, and a loss 3-0 to Melbourne City. They're currently sitting 6 points off the relegation battle, as you've mentioned, so you would think they would be secured, but a win here today would definitely do that and ensure that they could secure their spot for the 2027. But their remaining 3 games after today: Dandy City away, Avondale home, Preston away, so very tough fixture for the next 3 games.
Tricky run home, that is for sure for Altona Vardar, but at the same time I think that they have the ability to shape the finals race. They might not be able to make it, but they can certainly shape it, and I think it starts right here tonight, this afternoon at their home deck.
Well, there we have a kickoff is underway here at Paisley Park Soccer Complex. Good catch there by the ball boy on the far side. As we said, Magic will be kicking to the left of screen. Funnily enough, that's not in their favour. It's actually in the favour of George Cross to the right of screen. The wind is blowing very heavily across the golf course and will favour George Cross in the first half. So something the Magic and Devon Bonnie would have thought about here. And as we said, Katie, Magic coming into this game, the favourites this season so far, 5 clean sheets, 5 draws. Very different contrast to George Cross, 7th place, 31 points. Currently 1 win, 3 draws and 1 loss from their last 5. Their last win was against Melbourne City, that 1-0 win away. And they're 3 points off Heidelberg, who are in 6th, who are playing today and are down a goal against Avondale. But as we said, their finals, their last couple games, Avondale at home, Hume away, South at home. So that's a big game because it's pretty much the top 5 teams in the NPL Victoria there.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's a very, very tricky run home in its own right for the Georgies. Look, ultimately with under Eric Vassiliadis, they've punched above their weight. You have to say that this is a resounding success. This first season back in the NPL Victoria, they've made the place fun. They've made it, and as fun as this competition is already, Georgies have only layered to that as well. They've added to that layer as well. So, yeah, it'll be a fantastic story if they're able to get up. And I'm quite honest with you, I'm kind of hoping for that as well.
Yes, Georgies though, as we said, definitely in it, they've had 8 clean sheets and 10 draws. So Eric Vassiliadis knows that those draws need to be wins. So that's something he'll will definitely enforce during the week by the boys. And as we said, these teams have played each other 40 times. Altona Magic lead the head-to-head, 23 wins, 8 draws, and George Cross have 10 wins. So they last played, Katie, in all the way back earlier on this year in round 10. And it was heartbreak for the Magic as Morgan Filer scored in a 96th minute with a header from a corner, which broke the hearts of Magic as they're going forward here. We'll give you the lineups as well. Kawaguchi there, the captain in today's run, as a squares it on the edge there. Magic can come away with it with our main Sordo. Has to go back to Kawaguchi playing at left back today, so interesting call there by Devon Bond. But we'll give you the lineup. In goals, Casey Wynn. Number 2, the captain, Hiro Kawaguchi. Number 3, Lachlan Gillard. 5, Garang Aru. Number 6, John Stoichevsky. Number 7, John Mabok. Number 10, Armain Sordo. 13 is Gavin Taseski. 15 is Alexander Gust. Number 19, Peter Hatzopoulos. And number 22 is Oliver Callard. So strong lineup there. A couple of changes there. Garang, Aru, Callard and Fabrizio coming in. Elmazi moved to the bench. McCloskey to the bench. And Muskovsky and Monching have been omitted. So strong lineup as going forward here is Hatzopoulos. Just losing the ball. In the middle is Otman Bernardu. Tries to thread the needle there, but Garang, Aru that time playing it right back today, as Stoichevsky and Gillard are the favoured centre-backs there. Katie, strong lineup there from Devon Bond today.
It is indeed, and there's also depth and also the energy off the bench in terms of Fabrizio too. So it's a settled lineup, and I think it's ultimately, it's also the side that's quite mobile up front, which I think might cause some trouble. I think John Mabok has punched above his weight. I think in terms of this NPL season, he's been a highlight, I think, for Altona Magic season. So again, Garang Aru, I think, to hold that midfield quite strong, he's going to be quite important. Alex Gust with his running power as well. It's a strong team, absolutely.
So looking to obviously cement their spot for the 2027 season there. Got to give a shout out to the referees while we have a spare minute or so. Michael Ularis, Gabriel McCoy, Aidan Skinner and Momchilo Vasilinov is the 4th official. So great to have them on board today. For George Cross, their starting lineup is the captain, Michael Zoutsidis, also NPL Victoria Player of the Month for July, so great congratulations there to Michael Zoutsidis. Number 7, Jakub Mustafa. Number 8, Nicholas Dibb, as Garang Aru tries to get through. He's one back there by Zoutsidis. A bit of a mix-up with Pope. Aru, and play on is the call there by the referee. Interesting call there, Katie.
Very close call. I would have very close call. I would have thought ultimately needed a little bit. I think it was a close decision, but it's going to continue on. But there'll be a moment of pause, I think, to look at John Mavok, who's just down behind play. Geordie's looking forward to particularly expose the transition. I think ultimately is what they're trying to do. Just with this breeze, they're looking to get the ball forward as quickly as possible. They can't fall into the trap of looking for passes that aren't quite there, though. So, again, playing the conditions is so smart. But I would look to see Altona retain possession, try to keep it tidy, no real risk. If they can come into half-time level, I think Devon Bond and co will be very, very happy with that. So, yeah, it's an interesting shape to this game already. John Mabok back on his feet, thankfully, and look, he's okay to continue.
I'll definitely need him out there today. 7 goals for the season. John Mabok has definitely been the shining light for the Magic. We'll continue with the lineups. Leo Marzi's number 10. New winter signing Alex Sanyal, who came in obviously last week, made an appearance today, making a start. Luke Lofts, number 18. Number 21, Jack Pope. 23, Ross Vasiliadis. 25, Maker. 27, Otman Bernardu. And number 40 is Kristen Siciliano. So only one change there. Hassan Jello moving to the bench and Alex Sanyal moving into the starting lineup there. So Eric Vasiliadis throwing him into the mix, as he mentioned during the week in the George Cross media. They said that he hasn't played in a couple of weeks, so a bit rusty. So today he's been thrown in the deep end, and let's see how he goes. And again, another strong lineup there from Eric Vasiliadis, Katie.
And a very strong one at that, but also a very settled one. You know what you're going to get with Geordies, I think, at this point, which I think is a real testament to what Eric Vasiliadis has been able to do with this side. Very keen to see, this will be a 4-4-2 formation, but I'm very keen to see how he settles into this lineup. To me, he looks to have the attributes to be a real success at this level. And particularly, I know it's late in the season, but he has the ability to shape, I think, Geordies for the next few weeks. And who knows, hopefully stick around a little bit longer as Jallo makes a move here.
There Mars is. Tug of the shirt, and it will be called back by the referee. Interesting midfield here by Magic. Alexander Gus usually will be playing either right or left back, but more of a number 6 today, Katie.
Very interesting to note, isn't it? Ultimately, he has the running power as a fullback, and he can really dictate terms from fullback, but also that same energy and also that same run and power that he brings through his game, I think is going to be really interesting to see how that plays out. Garangaru, I think, playing a bit more in a fullback position, which is very interesting too. I would have thought you would put them together, so to speak. We'll keep an eye on this as it goes.
Very strong lineup, as we said. It's pretty much your fighting for position is what you want from your side at the moment. Devon Bond, it's a good headache to have, I say, when you got Alexander Gus can play as a number 6, and you got Johnny Stoichevsky, the experienced campaigner, able to give Lachlan Gillard, an opportunity. The 19-year-old, Bernardo there to swing and a miss going forward. Stoichevsky heads it the wrong way. Aru there to pick things up. Oliver Callart that time just turning it over. In the under 23s, Altona Magic winning it 2-1. They scored in the last second of the game. Heartbreak for the under 23s, George Cross, but the girls in the Steph Catley Cup, the George Cross girls are leading 2-0 at halftime, was the message. So good, they're looking good to make it back-to-back wins in the Steph Catley Cup. As lovely ball out wide. Mustafa, the cross comes in. It's straight to Casey Went there.
Had a little bit too much on the cross there, didn't he, Mustafa? But that was equally well read by Casey Went. He's been an unsung success, I think, for the Magic this season in the goals. He might be called upon here as a poor turnover from the Magic up top.
That time, Jack Pope just wasn't able to get a toe on the end of it. But you could see the press here already from George Cross. They know they need to win today to give them a chance. Obviously, results have to go their way as well. It's a big couple of weeks for this club, but Altona Magic are no slouches. They know what it takes. There's a ball over the top. Siciliano gets it under control. They know that they can dig deep in these final games and get a win, Katie, which we've seen them do over the number of years.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just when you think that they're out of a contest, just when you think that they're out of the game, they find a way. So it just speaks to the mentality, I think, that's within this squad. From top to bottom, even, in the absence of Goran Losinovsky, who's, of course, still serving his suspension, that takes some doing. And Devon Bond has his team really well drilled. So when you come to Paisley Park, you really got to be on your game. And I think Georgies have understood that challenge here. Luke Lofton's some good space. Can't quite make anything of it, though.
Still have a chance here as Oliver Keelart over the top. Zoutidis winning the header. Marzis just had too many players around him. Happy to go back to Gillard. Went. Sends it long, looking for Romain Sordo. And he'll go in the way of George Cross there.
part of me would love to see Ayman Sordo play more centrally and play as more of a central attacker. I think his attributes, and particularly the way he would fit in, I think, in this lineup would make him more of a threat, particularly. But you'll get him more involved in games, and I think that's what the biggest probably knock you can have on him is he kind of fades in and out, unfortunately. But that again doesn't always get the chance to. As Caroline Springs, George Cross send it long, and the breeze just takes that. Casey Wentz saw that coming, and just the breeze doing all the work there. So that's an indicator of just how tricky these conditions are.
They're the ones you got to feel, Katie. You got to really send it to the goal. You got to make it difficult for the keeper in case he went. He has to judge, how the ball's coming in. You've really got to target the goals from there. You can't sort of aim for the back post. You've really just got to put the pressure on when have your players coming in. So that's something that Ross Vasiliadis will understand in the first couple of minutes here and just get the timing right. But you feel like if they don't score a goal in the first half, it's going to be a very difficult second half for them, against the wind.
100%, so they've got to make use of the wind while it's behind their back. And Altona will be up for that challenge, so it's going to make for, I think the majority of the play will be in the Georgies half. They look to go through it. Saniel here, he's bearing down on goal, but Gillard does brilliantly. Was able to clear. I think that'll be the contest throughout the day, Gillard versus Saniel. In that vaunted 4-4-2 for Georgies, I think will make it hard for the Altona defence. Particularly, they want to be mindful of not getting overrun. As also, the midfield is going to have to put in a ton of work, which may indicate why Gust was chosen to play as a centre mid. Ball comes in.
Oh, it's a scramble there. Falls for Dib. Puts it into the box. Shot there that time. Zoutsidis. He's in the thick of everything at the moment. He's making runs deep. As Aru can play it out down the line, but cut off that time. In the other games, Hume City 0-0 with Melbourne City. That's Avondale and Heidelberg 1-1 there. And this game kicks off. And we're 15 minutes in, still 0-0. We've still got the Dandy Derby tonight. Dandy Thunder versus Dandy City. Magic now trying to build it out through Gust. He just swings at it and the wind just takes it heavily. Lovely touch that time from Sordo. Looks to play it down the line to Kawaguchi. And it'll be a throw for George Cross.
Has had in his game, doesn't he, Kawaguchi? The ability to overlap, the ability to dictate play from fullback. He is quite tidy in possession. And he'll have, I think, Mustafa for company, I think, most of this half. You'd have to expect. We've got to make every opportunity count whenever they can go forward, Altona here. Maybe keeping the ball on the deck and keeping it tidy, I think, should be the name of the game. As Gus attempts to force a turnover there, but just runs out of space.
You see the wind just causing havoc everywhere. We do apologise for the sound. Not much we can do about that. There's two balls on it, and that one will surely just roll down the line. As that one going to Went. Right, you can see here Jakub Mustafa playing on the right hand side. Probably not where he tends to be wanting to play, but nevertheless he's got an opportunity there with the injuries to Josh Whiteley and Tyler James. So both great stalwarts of George Cross they are here today supporting the boys, but they'll desperately want to be back on the field as the flicked on header from Killard. You can just see the ball, just no one able to time it right. Even Sevsky, Aru. Plays at the Stoichevsky. And we've seen him run up and down this ground is just a tad too long. Maker trying to slice that one, but good work by Marzies. Plays it down the line. Sanyal Gets around this marker, twisting and turning. Has to go back to Vasiliadis. Little flick over the top. Vasiliadis still chasing hard. And that time, Lachlan Gillard probably should have just played it low. It looks like it's going to be a corner, Katie.
A little bit scrappy, though, in that moment, in that passage of play. I think the message have to be for Geordies, while they have the wind behind their back, they need to make every opportunity count. So, again, be tidy, look for passes that are actually there, and see what you can make of it. And this is going to be a tricky one for the Magic to defend here. The set piece, the wind behind Caroline Springs Geordie's back, it goes in.
That time, again, cleared. Just haven't been able to adapt to the conditions, George Cross, despite having majority of the possession. You feel like they just haven't been able to adapt. I mean, it's been quite a while since they've won here. 2013, September 1st, as that time goes long. So 13 years since they last won here. It was a 3-1 win. That time in the old Division 1. So at the moment, you feel like Georgies just haven't been able to adapt to the ground, Katie.
As tricky as it is, that's for sure, but the execution, I think, is the name of the game. A little bit of frustration from the Georgies bench from that set piece, just not quite hitting, and almost letting off Altona in both of those instances there. Execution has to be the name, has to be the target, has to be the goal for Georgies in this first half especially.
Still yet to get a shot on target, or even a shot anywhere at Casey Wentz. So that's something that Eric Vasiliadis will know. The frustrations are there. Stoichevsky just clears to the line. There'll be another throw here. As they say, Katie, just got to put it in the mixer at times.
Absolutely. Try to get it in the dangerous areas, try to throw it, or try to either throw it long or swing it in from the cross, especially when you've got the wind behind you. I can understand that temptation. Geordie's with the long throw.
That time headed away, not to safety. Lofts! Ooh. Well, he got on the end of it there. He just couldn't keep it down. That's the first real chance George Cross have had.
Had some real venom on that strike, that is for sure. He hit it well, he took the chance to take that on. Just a little bit low, and that would have caused Casey Wentz some real trouble. I don't think he would have been able to get near that.
No advantage called there, as Magic will slow the play down. Luke Lofts has 5 goals to his name this season. Looking to add to his tally to go back all the way in their 3-2 win against Dandenong City in round 17 for his last goal. So could be due for one today. We know he can hit him spectacularly, but chance now for the Magic. Haven't really even got near the goal so far, so that's something that they'll definitely work on. As a chance here for Sordo. Puts it into the hot spot. Oh, good fingertip save there by Siciliano. They only need one chance, Katie, and that was a big one.
That's exactly right. Christian Siciliano, he hasn't had much to do in these opening 20 minutes or so, but every time he's called upon for Georgies, he always delivers. The chance for now, Altona, to build a bit of pressure the other way. Again, the tricky conditions we've spoken about, and they will be tricky throughout the day, it must be said. Corner to come in.
Chance for the Magic now. Cross comes in, into the hot spot. The box swing. Oh, the second chance there, just going over the bar. Looks like Hatsopoulos that time. Just couldn't keep it down. So once again, George Cross really breathing a sigh of relief there. Siciliano.
He is operating on the shoulder of the defence. Is Peter Hatsopoulos with Bok just in front of him. Kellat and Sordo providing the width in that 4-4-2 shape. So he's going to have a particular say on this game. The later it goes, you'd have to think Hatsopoulos, if he continues to persist like that, Mabok as well.
Bit of a poor back pass there from Zoutsidis, put Vasiliadis under pressure, but the offside flag is raised on the far side, but assistant referee. It's surprising they went short there from the kick out, Katie. You feel like you got the wind behind you. Go long. Why not utilise that advantage in the first half? You know, but again, that's something that the game plan they have from the coaching staff. Maybe they're trying to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, maybe tried. I would argue it's probably more to draw Altona out of their shape, but I don't think Altona are biting on that at all. But they take the chance there to go along, and you can see that ball just fly across. Again, it just changes the territory, changes the direction of the game within an instant. So I get the thinking of trying to play out and trying to draw Altona out, but again, you've got to use the momentum while you have it and use the breeze while you have it. So it's a 50-50 kind of deal, you'd have to say. Again, very tricky and very easy for us to say up here as commentators.
As Jack Pope gets it into the box, it's flicked on. It'll be a goal kick. So again, an opportunity there for George Cross, not able to get it under control. Well, in the other game, Avondale have taken the lead 2-1, so that sort of gives George Cross a slight sort of door ajar for them to be in the top 6 there, Katie, because if they can win here today, they'll be on equal points, just separates them by goal difference, but nevertheless it puts the pressure back on Heidelberg.
Indeed it does. Avondale would have been the favourites in rolling into that game, and I think rightly so. It looks like it's playing out like that too. Super Saturday in the Senol NPLM Victoria in full effect.
That's going to be a free kick for Altona Magic, as once again it's beautiful skies here in the west of Melbourne. Not a cloud in the sky, the sun is out. Only problem is the wind has just picked up like crazy, and that's at the moment is probably impacting the game more than what the players are, Katie.
100%, and don't let the sun fool you, don't let the beautiful skies fool you. This is very much puffer jacket weather here in Melbourne's west this afternoon. Maker overruns that a little bit. John Mabok nearly getting through. Really need to tidy up here, do the Georgies.
Yeah, it just feels like maybe the passing game will suit them more. It's a lovely ball from Gus. Killard just running out of space there. And it'll be a throw. Tell you what, I think the ball boys and security guards will be busy today. They'll be picking up the balls everywhere. It's making life absolutely difficult. You see the corner flags, they are going one way to the right of screen. As Georgies look to move forward, Aru heads it. Good run there as Gust again in the middle. Great work as Sordo gets pickpocketed, coming out wide to Benardu. Straight to Tasevsky. Gust. Kawaguchi overlapping. Mustafa has to follow. Mabok now shrugs off the tackle. And it'll go in the way of George Cross there. Again, nervy moments, Kate. When Mabok gets into the box, you got to give him half a chance, and he'll definitely put him away.
That he does. He doesn't need much to get involved. He doesn't need much of an opportunity to get involved in a game for him to change it and ultimately shape it. Does John Mabok. Again, scored a brilliant volley a few weeks back against Green Gully. Who can forget that? So he has that game-breaking kind of X-factor ability to him. They want to play on that to Altona.
You can just see there, Garangaru couldn't quite see the sun is making an impact, but in the wind. So Sordo, Benadu coming back, gets those long legs in the way, plays it down the line. Mustafa and Kawaguchi. Dib, Zoutsidis, high ball in the air. Lofts, so Stoichevsky heads it back. Gillard had time, just sets it forward. Gus got the header, Kawaguchi. And rode the challenge well to earn a free kick for Altona Magic. Hume City have scored. They make that one 1-0 against Melbourne City. So Hume City there, if they can run it out, will definitely be in good place for second spot. As Kawaguchi now, can he find someone on the end of it? Everyone lining up just outside the box. Patiently waiting. Kawaguchi whips it in. It's a lovely ball. Wind just taking it back, headed away. Bit of friendly fire there. We've got, looks like it's Zoutsidis that's gone down. The medic will come out. Let's just hope it's nothing too serious there, Cody. But at the moment, not much really, nothing really to call.
And you'd want to hope that Zoutsidis, of course, the player of the month in the NPL Victoria for July, so important to this defence. You want to see him back up, and Eric Vassiliadis will want to see him back up very shortly, which I think he is. Good to go. He will continue shortly. He might have to take his leave for the moment, but you could see the breeze there from Kawaguchi, the delivery from Kawaguchi. He almost knew how to read the breeze as well, importantly. So I feel like Altona, at this moment in time, are just reading the conditions better than what Georgies are. And I think that's what's kind of holding them back. I think that's what they don't want to second-guess themselves. But I also know that Georgies don't, particularly when they expected to take the lead possession-wise, they don't necessarily, that's not when their best football is played. Their best football is played on the break, and it's just exploiting spaces in behind through Lofts and Marzi, and of course through Mustafa and now Sanyal. So they haven't quite been able to play into that. So fair play to Devon Bond and the Altona staff as well, because they've prepared for this brilliantly.
Good work by Pope. Zoutsidis back on the field. Pope, Benadu. Deep just getting cleaned up there. And they'll call that one back. Move it out wide. Marzi was the target, but again, that sun is just causing havoc. We've seen Aru couldn't quite see the ball coming. This time Marzi's as well, as Keller coming through. Stoichevsky plays it in short to Sordo. Good challenge there from Benadu. Marzi's 3 shoots around him. Maker. Mustafa. We go back to Siciliano.
Mustafa forced all the way back into defence to get a touch there. It's not necessarily where you want him. His best football is when he's running at opposition defences, and he hasn't quite been able to do that. He hasn't had the space, I think, to do that.
32 minutes so far here in this round 23 Senol NPL Victoria match between Altona Magic and Caroline Springs George Cross. Alex Sivkorowski and Katie Lambeski bringing all the live action here. Neither side really taking control of the game as Maker Kawaguchi out wide to Sordo. Goes past two challenges now. Sordo goes wide. Keller, and offside flag is raised.
Geordie's fans in full voice, I think, this afternoon, just on the hill next to us. Part of the fun, and they've added a good colour to the game, or to the NPL Victoria this season as well. Doesn't stop when they're on the road either.
Tasevsky, good header there by Pope. Lofts, Sanyal out wide. Marzis, this is where they want him to be, the tricky but good work by Aru. And Marzis gives away a free kick there.
Hume City still holding firm on their lead at their home deck at Nasiel Stadium, still 1-0 in stoppage time. Moments away from a pretty big win and a final shaping result as well. I know Melbourne City have the game in hand against Preston coming up, but again, their finals hopes dwindling with that result. We'll keep an eye on it around the ground this Super Saturday, of course.
Good work by Stoichevsky. Gust. Deep. Allows it to go to Bernardo. He can make a darting run. Good work from Bernardo now. He's just got to keep going. You see three players surrounding him. Cross comes in. Cleared by Tasevsky only as far as Dib. Dib whips it in. Oh, it's headed down. Lofts. Oh, good save by Casey went there. That's a lot better from George Cross.
Much better potential game breaker. That was Luke Lofts. Casey went with a brilliant reaction save low to his left. The game has been bereft of chances, I think, but when they come, they might well continue here from the Georgies end, especially. They notice, I think, that the momentum is now behind them. What can they make of it?
You've seen that passage of play that if they can get the quick touches and the movements, they definitely break down Altona Gate's stubborn defence. It's easier said than done, but consistency is the key. Karangaroo just advised to move back a little bit. Callan down. Again, trying to chip it into the box, but too many defenders around. Sanyal, Leo Marzis, and the free kick given away to Magic, who want to move it along, but we've got a player down as the medic comes out. Just can't quite see who it is there. Look at other results where the Georgia player gets some treatment. Bentley Greens 0-0 with Oakley Cannons, and Preston Lions coming back to a 2-2 draw. Green Gully after being down both times, Katie. Almost get out of jail there by Green Gully. They just couldn't do it in the end.
Absolutely. What a game that ended up being, of course, at BT Connor last night. But it goes to show you just how narrow and how competitive this particular league is now. You know, ultimately the bottom of the table was shaping the top half of the table. What a remarkable set of coincidences that is. But Yeah, the Gully, unfortunately, will look at that as a lost opportunity. I think they took the lead. I think Zach Cianci, was brilliant throughout that evening too. So, again, the Gully, it's that kind of season. I mean, relegation looms for them, unfortunately. But Oakley as well, just dropping points. Again, this is a tough competition to play, and it goes to show you, if you are not on your game, you are liable to have these results happen to you.
So Leo Marzies will come off. Let's just make sure he's okay. So the Hume City game versus Melbourne City. Hume take that one out 1-0. So that favours George Cross a chance to now put themselves in the box seat, but they need to get the points here today. City still have that game in hand against Preston to be played in a couple of weeks' time. Stoichevsky, no rush really from the Magic here. Gust plays it into Kawaguchi. Mustafa. Dib. Benadu. Oh, they turn it over. Zoutsidis is there to clean it up. Sanyal flicks it over himself. Needs a bit of help. Smart play. Dib. Lovely ball down the line by Pope now. Magic get the numbers behind the ball. The cross comes in. Straight and wet.
Very wasteful, very wasteful. You've seen, I think that's the first time all Georgies have been able to get in behind and to really flip the Altona defence right into their own goal, I think. The execution there, as we talked about, it was just not there once again.
High ball in the air. Aru got there first, but that time it'll go for a throw. 39 minutes played here at Paisley Park in this round 23 Senol NPL Victoria match. Vasiliadis flicked over by Sanyal. Stoichevsky lays it in. Sorto out wide to Kawaguchi now, going forward. Cross comes in. Callart again just lost it in the wind. And also the sun. Testing times, Katie, for both sides.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The game is very well evenly poised, very much on the edge. Just waiting for someone to absolutely grab it by the throat and make it their own. Not long left here of normal time at the very least.
You've got to give it to Altona Magic. They're doing everything's required to keep out George Cross as Pope breaks the lines. Oh, lovely spin move, still going Pope. Shot comes in, that time's wide by Lofts again. They're playing it very smart, they're compact in the defence. They're not giving away a foul anywhere outside the box, which is, just very dangerous because you know that you put yourself in a position where the opposition have a set piece and against the wind they can really come flying in. They're doing everything right at the moment in this first 45 minutes to give them all the best chances in the second half because they'll be with the wind.
Absolutely. This has the potential to be a simple game of two halves, that old adage, that old cliche, so to speak, but it can well turn out to be like that, particularly with these conditions. Casey Went goes to send it long and it just only gets as far as midfield, so that should show you just how tricky it is here and now.
Mustafa, good work there by Kawaguchi, just got a leg in. Pope, Haru, Mabok, Zoutsidis, can go wide to Benadu, back to Dib. Looks to switch it wide to Leo Marzis, but again, just the wind, not able to get it under control. Sent long by Aru. Mabok down to Gust. Drive forward, he goes to Kawaguchi. Good. Sordo coming through the middle of the ground now. Can go wide to Kellard. Cross comes in. Shouts of a penalty, none given there. Boos all around the ground from both sets of fans. It's a funny feeling. John Mabok still down in the box there. Kristen Siciliano trying to get the ref's attention.
This year waiting for the all clear to come onto the field. He hasn't been given that yet. He's been in the wars a little bit, hasn't he, John Mabok? Can't understand why exactly the physio wasn't allowed on the field to tend to Mabok, but nevertheless, all's well that ends well, I suppose, and hopefully doesn't look as bad for Mabok as what it appears, but maybe an ankle concern, a lower leg concern. But both sides will take this opportunity to have a quick little drinks break.
So 90 seconds left to go in this one here. I'll say there'll be a couple of minutes of at a time from the stoppages of play.
Might be a little bit more fair to say added on here as Mabok is back on his feet. Again, he's so important as to the way that Altona Magic attack structures up. It does look like there's too much concern here. They may reassess at halftime as we get ready for both sides to head to the rooms and address their charges. Of course, I reckon I have to say Devon Bond might be the happier of the two coaches heading in to the break. A bit of a wasteful half from the Geordies with the wind behind their back. Of course, still time to maybe make an impact here, but wasteful, I think you have to describe Geordies so far. We know how good and well structured they are defensively, but they needed to be a little bit more than that today. They needed to take the lead, as 3 minutes is the verdict. 3 additional minutes. Enough time for either side to strike a blow. As Mabok rejoins the fray.
Casey Wett trying to take up as much time possible. Gillard, long ball over the top. Karangaroo. Gillard going back to Gillard. Zoutsidis meets it again. Gust. Flicked on by Sordo. Kawaguchi. Quickly taken. Mustafa lays it down the line, but Stoichevsky pickpockets Sanyal. Turnover now. Mustafa. Good tackle there by Tasevsky. Aru cuts it off. Tasevsky now going wide. Just too heavy of a pass there. In the Steph Catley Cup, George Crosser leading 3-0, so the women's are looking to make it back-to-back in the Steph Catley Cup, so we'll keep you posted on that one if you're watching this on here and supporting the men's. Got the night cup as well tonight at 6 p.m. as well, so
cup season in full effect, Alex.
It is indeed. So great work. It's going to be a big day out at the home of the Matildas there.
A red letter day for the Georgies. Congrats to them, a big win in the offing. Silverware returns to the Georgies locker rooms, but Sordo in some good space here. What can you make of it?
And Zitsidis just cuts it off now. Oh, his lovely ball now, but again the wind just taking that one. And Casey went. Will milk as much time possible. We're almost at the 3 minutes now. And there it is. Michael Ularis calls for the halftime break here in this round 23 Senol NPL Victoria match between Altona Magic and Caroline Springs George Cross. Well, it's a difficult first 45 minutes for both these sides, but you feel like more so for George Cross. They just couldn't adapt to the conditions, whereas the Magic just did what they needed to do to keep a clean sheet in the first 45 minutes.
Yeah, couldn't quite get a handle on the Magic, could Georgies in that instance. It was, again, tricky conditions, as we've said, but at the end of the day, it's just wasteful. They weren't able to dictate terms, I think, as well as they should have, given the advantage that they had with the wind behind their back. Wasteful, couldn't quite execute in the key moments. Still a lot of time to play. Still a big second 45 to turn that around, but Altona are going to be, I think, a bit more rejuvenated now with the fact that they have the ability to run with the wind behind their back. I think it's going to really suit, particularly the likes of Fabrizio when he comes off the bench. It's going to suit Mabok. It's going to suit the way Altona structure up. So I'm looking forward to what this second 45 will bring. It's going to be a tricky one for the Georgies. 0-0 is still the score, but it's still a long, long way left to go. And we look forward to bringing it to you, me and Alex Sivkorovsky, in the second 45. We'll be back shortly after this break.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this round 23 Senol NPL Victoria match between the hosts Altona Magic and the visiting Caroline Springs George Cross, coming to you live from Paisley Park Soccer Complex. Alex Sivkarovsky and Katie Lambeski bring you all the live action over the next 45 minutes. Katie, not the most entertaining first 45, but nevertheless, Altona Magic are doing what's required of them. It's just up to George Cross to really take it to them.
Indeed, and ultimately the chance, I think the stats kind of tell us the story a little bit. Chances few and far between, neither side just able to get a real foothold, but I think that probably says more about Geordie's ability to make use of the breeze that they had behind their back for that first half. Ultimately, Altona, well drilled and well executed in terms of their defensive structure. They were compact, hard to break down, and as a result, I think it frustrated the Geordies the longer the half went on. So Altona now, I think they have the ability to really cause Geordies trouble the other way. John Mabok, I think, is going to be crucial toward that. He had a few injury concerns, but I think he's good to go for this half. Neither side making a change, it should be said, at the break. So both Devon Bond and Eric Vassiliadis happy with their chosen pack to start with. So we'll keep an eye on that, but it's a big second half right here and now.
It's going to be up to which side wants it more. As Alex Sanyal getting his first start since joining George Cross. Hasn't had a lot of game time, as mentioned by Eric Vassiliadis on the George Cross socials, so he's having a good run today. As you said, Katie, it's going to be really difficult because Magic will have the wind behind them. George Cross will be facing the wind. I mean, as you can see from the halftime stats, they had 3 shots, only 1 on target. Magic having only 1 shot. So it'll be interesting to see who adapts to this second half here. For Magic, they know they only need 1 point, and you feel like they would have secured their spot for the 2027 season. Whereas George Cross still vying for that elusive finals football.
Hume City doing also Geordie's a big favour by seeing off Melbourne City earlier this afternoon at Nasiel Stadium, 1-0 to the host side there as well on this Super Saturday in the Senol NPL Victoria. They can't let that bother them though. They can't let that get into their head a little bit here, the Georgies, because they still need a big second 45 or so here. Well done by Stojcevski to hold off Sanyel. The veteran looking to get something going the other way, but couldn't quite find a target up top. But again, Altona, we know what they're like. We know they're well drilled. We know that this team is greater than the sum of its parts. So Geordies are in for a right challenge here as Gillard gets on the ball through the middle of the park.
Benatu going wide, looking for Marzis, but Aru cutting that one off. Another ball over the top. Maker, got to be careful here. Clears up the line, and a chance for Altona Magic to bring it in. As I said, everyone is doing their bit around them, but George Cross at the moment need to do their bit because Magic know they'll be happy with the 3 points, but a draw is probably enough to secure this spot, Katie.
And that's it. I think ultimately though, this team is too good to go down. I think from what we've seen Altona, I think that as Tasevsky gets caught in the middle of the park in a tussle with Pope, he wins a free kick as a result. He's been good this afternoon, Tasevsky, coming into the team. It's forced a bit of a reshuffle through the midfield, but this is what we talked about earlier in the first half, Alex, the free kick with the wind behind their back, Sordo to deliver here. Every set piece is going to matter, particularly when it's in a pretty dangerous area like this one.
Main Sordo, one in the wall. Wind has dropped off a little bit, but still dangerous. He's put a scrubber through, still works out. Oh, it's a good save there from Siciliano. Callart that time got on the end of it, still managed to get a shot off, and probably not the greatest of free kicks, but nevertheless, it's still forced a save out of Siciliano there.
Yeah, Callart had to improvise there, and I think he did pretty well to force Siciliano into a save like that. It looked like a training room or training pitch move there from Aru, just trying to shuffle across, but the execution may have been off there from Sordos. Callart runs in here, corner comes in.
And it's gone in somehow. I'm not sure who's going to be credited with it, but they're all going to Kawaguchi, I believe. Alexander Gus is claiming it, but they feel like maybe he's impeded, but it's going to be credited to Kawaguchi. Just having a look at the replay.
Unacceptable is the call from Eric Vassiliadis. Geordies are adamant that Siciliano was fouled in the build-up there. To be fair, I can see why they might feel aggrieved, but for Altona, no concerns at all. Alex Gus to claim that one, but that's almost an Olympico. The ball is kind of hanging in the breeze. Vassiliadis getting onto his charges to get this one back. That might well be the punch that Geordies need to wake them up. They have been almost in second gear for too long in this game, it should be said. And Altona now have the lead. That's a stunning turn of events here, early in the second half.
Well, that's Kawaguchi's first goal of the year, and what a time for it to come as well. Just after half-time, as I say, they put it into the mixer, and that time it worked. Probably a bit unlucky. You can understand Eric Vassiliadis' frustrations there. The fact that it was given, but it's come back the other way. Sanyal can go wide to Mustafa. Goes on his own. Mustafa now needs a bit of assistance. Does good to get around two. Benatu tried to play it back. He wins it back. Good work. Benatu. Oh, Marzis. And it will be a corner, so you're right, Katie. It's that wake-up call that George Cross needed.
They do better when the decks are stacked against them, when they have to punch above their weight, do the Geordies. Whenever they are prompted into response, they normally are able to find one. Lofts to deliver this set piece.
They go short. Mustafa. Back out to Dib. Little dink over the top. Sanyal brings it down. Gets out of trouble, trying to create some distance. Aru just not allowing him to get out of there. One back by Vassiliadis. Cross comes in. Maker punched away by Wentz. Zoutsidis might as well keep going forward. The shot is blocked. Tasevsky now. Magic going forward. Play on is the call. Sordo. Zoutsidis almost doing the splits there, trying to win the ball back. It's all Magic in this second half so far. Kawaguchi. Gillard. Aru. Well, can Magic now push on from here?
This is right where they want it. They have the lead, and now they're almost like a boxer working behind their jab. It's a tidy move in the offing. Garangaru building it up through the middle.
Now wide. Sordo, Maker, Tasevsky. And that one's going to be a corner. Sorry, that was Hatsopoulos that time. Well, results finished. Avondale take it out 2-1 over the Burgers. So Avondale continue to pile on the pressure against Hume. That leaves the door ajar, but George Cross at the moment are chasing their game. And it's going to be another corner. Can Kawaguchi make it a double Olympico? He's not going to be on the ball. And that one's wasted. And that goes out for a goal kick.
Again, I wonder just how much other results around the ground might be playing on the mind of Geordies. Their first season back in the NPL, their first season in the top flight of Victoria, their first season in the bright lights once again. I wonder if this has gotten to them a little bit, but they have to find a response here. Lofts just looking for it, but it's not only going to go as far as Gillard.
Will be a throw here for George Cross. Well, that puts Altona Magic in 9th place, 2 points behind George Cross. So they're still within a chance to make finals. As Pope looks to go long, gets good distance. Shouts of handball. Dib. And that time Dib probably should have played the percentages.
Plenty of football left in this game. Still a long, long way to go. Mabok now into some pretty good space. He does want to hold off his marker. Tries to release Sordo, but he might have overhit that. Just running out of space was the Egyptian winger.
Was an opportunity there. You just feel like Mabok stamping his name in this one. He's not on the score sheet yet, but he's causing havoc for Georgies as Mabok again gets around Zoutsidis. Oh, the touch there. Chance for Gus. Cleared off the line. Shot comes in, saved by Siciliano. Wow, this game has just really intensified.
It's exactly what we were hoping for us. It's exactly what we wanted. End to end now, the space is beginning to open up between the lines. Chances are starting to come. Over the top from Mabok is Aru. Sends it from Aru, it should be said, but Siciliano has that well read. So end-to-end stuff to start this second half. Exactly what this game needed to spark to bring it into life, and we are well and truly underway now. Callard releases Hatsopoulos. Siciliano races off the line. He does exceptionally well. He's a fair shot for Keeper of the Year for the Golden Glove. Is Siciliano. He'll win a goal kick as a result too.
Well, he's made some crucial saves throughout this year, but those 2 saves on the goal line could be the difference. He's doing everything to keep George Cross in this game. It's now up to the players in front of him to lift and deliver a killer blow. They need that goal first. Well, Callart almost getting in the way of Tasevsky. Gust. Tell you what, I like him as a number 6, Katie. He's definitely added a different dimension to the Magic's defence. Tasevsky, Aru. Sorry, it's going to be called back there.
You're right, he's a shield to that defence is Tasevsky. He's put in quite the shift alongside Alex Gus throughout the middle of the park and sent Aru to fullback. So just again, it's further bolstering the Altona defence. Kalat now into some good space, linking up with the Hatsopoulos, but it can't quite breach the Georgie's line there. They look rejuvenated. Both of these sides look rejuvenated and re-energized after half-time. There's a sting in this tail. There's a lot of football still to come.
Will be another corner here. Not in a rush to take it. It's Kawaguchi. Scored that Olympico. The 50th minute. Now, can he do a double here? I don't think we've ever seen 2 Olympicos in one game, Katie. Anything can happen here.
Well, if you're Kawaguchi, if he sends this in, you might as well buy a lotto ticket because you're rolling in the luck.
Tell you what, if this goes in, he'll never have to buy food or drink again. The cross comes in, the header. Oh, nervous moments for George Cross. Mabok. He'll get it back again. Plays it out. Magic are really coming out of that blocks in the second half. Oh, what a run this is. Squares it. Desperate defending there by George Cross. They look rattled, Katie.
That's brilliant from Sordo. That's as best as he's looked all afternoon. A good turn of pace, a good change of pace there from him. A clean pair of heels. Couldn't quite get the end product there, but that's very, very positive and goes to show you why Altona Magic have brought him in. Corner to come.
Cross comes in. This time it's low. Deep getting there first. Clears it. Kawaguchi. Good cross in. Gillard heads it back down. Oh, it's let go there by Aru. Kawaguchi again. He's been everywhere. Yura Kawaguchi is really putting in a performance today for the Magic. And Vasiliadis that time got a leg in the way.
Dare I say he may well factor into our Team of the Week considerations after this performance, I think.
Well, George is preparing the bench. Hassan Jallo and Justin Spiteri will come on. Tasevsky to Gillard. Lays it out wide. Kallart. Low cross into the box. Cleared by Maker as far as Tasevsky. Stoichevsky getting involved. Oh, Gusty's, he's just been instrumental out wide. Sordo now looking to cut back in, goes around, the cross comes in. Oh, Mabok, he got on the end of it, but just couldn't direct it down. So Luke Lofts will come off, coming on Justin Spiteri. Leo Marzi coming off. And coming on is, as I said, Hassan Jallo.
Interesting to say at the very least. Justin Spiteri, a natural fullback, so it goes to show you that number one, Eric Vasiliadis, isn't quite pleased with what he's seeing from this Chargers to start the second half. Part two, Justin Spiteri has the attacking nous, I think, to go forward as well as defensively, so he'll add a bit more stiffness to Georgie's lineup. Buck lurking, but Maker does well.
I think that's a good decision by Eric Vasiliadis. He's put Bernardo on the left wing. And Garangaru hasn't had a lot to do. He kept Leo Marzi's very quiet. Maybe the pace of Bernardo, but they come away with it now. Mustafa. So got Sanyal's gone down in the middle there. I'm not sure what happened, Katie, whether it was off the ball incident. As they go forward now, Magic, a lovely ball in. Siciliano came out. And that one's cut off there by Tasevsky. Mustafa going wide. Sanyal going wide to Bernardo now. Chance for Georges. Cross comes in. It's a good one. Headed down. It's a goal! And it's Alex Sanyal who makes it 1-1.
Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous cross, and Sanyal does the rest from short range. Absolute team move, I think, and that was a gorgeous, gorgeous cross for him to see it off. The Vanuatu international is well off the mark here.
Beautifully headed down. It was a beautiful cross, and that stroke of genius from Eric Vasiliadis to put Bernardo on the left wing. And Georgies are back in this game now. It's really their first foray up forward. Bernardo now really causing havoc. He's got around Aru. Still going, and good challenge that time from Stasevsky.
Yeah, that is an inspired bit of coaching, and I have to say, from Eric Vasiliadis. He saw it wasn't working, and he shuffles the deck somewhat to allow Benhadu the freedom to run forward, and he immediately repays the gaffer with a gorgeous cross. Senol doing the rest. That's exactly why he was brought in. This is exactly what he proved in the OFC Pro League over the last few months. Can he double up here?
Cross comes back in. Oh, Spiteri overran and now. They're trying to get numbers forward. Sordo, he's got to be careful. Zoutidis. Cross comes in, cleared by Dib. What an important moment that was for Alex Senol to get his first goal for George Cross. More importantly, when they needed him the most. Lovely switch. Good running, Kawaguchi. Cross comes in. Oh, that's hit the post. Oh, Kawaguchi, tell you what, he must have something. He's just hitting everything correct at the moment. The boots must have a magnet connected to the ball. Tasevsky's been really good this second half. Started to really shine.
Through the middle of the park, he's done exceptionally well as the second shield, I think, for that Altona defence. But Kawaguchi's allowed also Kawaguchi a bit more freedom up forward, or to venture forward, it should say. You might see Altona commit more numbers forward here, and they have the ability to do so with that breeze behind them. So Geordies have to be mindful of not allowing too much space behind their defensive line.
Tasevsky again. Mustafa tried to slow him down. Kawaguchi out wide to Sordo. Oh, lovely touch there from Sordo, but he's ran out of real estate that time.
A change in the offing here for Altona Magic.
Senol McCloskey coming on, coming off is Oliver Killard. So McCloskey.
Good change, I think it has to be said, in terms of the running power of Owen McCloskey. Killard has done well, but I think this game and just where it's at just requires a bit more fresh legs and attacking. In the attacking sense, it should be said. So Devon Bond going like for like there, but he will have a decent chance here at McCloskey.
Looks like it's going to be a frenetic finish here at Paisley Park. You can hear the away fans trying to get their side across the line. Aru looks to go over the top. It's a lovely ball. Hatsopoulos trying to twist and turn. He gets out of trouble nicely. Tried to square it to McCloskey. Cleared by Maker. Senol. So 3 to beat. Play on is the call. Mustafa now. Switches it over. Aru times it well, or he heads it back to Wendt. There's nothing in that one. Casey Wendt trying to get a cheeky foul there. Satiri. Lovely touch there from Dib. Gets it out wide. Mustafa. Played in the middle of the park. He does. Sanjello there couldn't get it under control, but Karangaroo. Not sure whether that was a pass or a cross. Either way, it's gone out for a throw. For George Cross fans, the ladies team have gone back-to-back in the Steph Catley Cup. 4-0 winners today. So congratulations to the George Cross women's side who have won back-to-back Steph Catley trophies. We've still got the women's final at 6 o'clock in the Nike FC Cup between Heidelberg and Essendon Royals, so that's going to be a good game. Plenty of football still left to come this weekend. As we said, the Dandy Derby's on at 6, and then tomorrow it is South Melbourne versus Dinamore. As good work there by Dib. Had to use his smarts there. 20 minutes left to go here in this round 23 Senol NPL Victoria match. George Cross holding on at the moment. Despite Magic taking the lead, Magic looked far better, Katie, in the second half.
100%. Daniel Cutler, of course, to be introduced in a moment or so. Just getting warmed up on the bench, so another change getting ready from Eric Vassiliadis. The first changes have absolutely struck gold. Can Cutler do the same here? I think he'll be introduced now. Indeed, he will.
So the goal scorer, Alex Sanyel, coming off.
It's got to be maybe a rehearsed move just to try and maybe continue to adapt Sanyel to the NPL Victoria. Again, you spoke about it, Alex. He needs a bit more time to get used to, get those legs under him and just get more adjusted to the league, but he's had a great impact.
Chance now. They're lining up there. Oh, the ball was an awkward one. Sordo out wide, but Kawaguchi was too far behind. Tasevsky. Hassan Jello really applying the pressure now. Good work by Mustafa. He's battled hard all day here on the right side. And it'll be a throw for George Cross. We've got 2 changes left. Morgan Filer and Jonathan Alvarez. Well, for Altona, they got Liram Almazi, Chang Hee Lee, Jesse Langer, Daniel Fabrizio as well. So Devin Boone just holding up for the changes. As McCluskey that time going back. Gillard to Wendt. Stoichevsky. Kawaguchi flicks it on. Maker. Dib over the top. Oh, could be dangerous here. Mustafa just not on the same page with Cutler. Spiteri headers it back in. Pope. And he's been really good. Gavin Tasevsky. All over the top. Aru. Straight to Benadu, who allows it to go over the line, and Ross Vassiliadis to bring it back into play. Flicked it over the top. There was Cutler, but no one on the end of that one. Almost 20 minutes to go, Katie. What do you feel like each side needs to do differently to get over the line?
I don't think anything needs to be done too much differently, to be honest. I think they've started to figure it out across the halftime break and across now. They've just added intensity and some pace and energy to this game. I think it's what both sides needed, to be fair. Again, the conditions playing less and less of a factor. I think that's just both of these sides have adapted to them a little bit more across these 70 minutes or so, but it's going to be down to who can execute and who can take their moment when it comes. I think both these coaches have coached brilliantly so far. It's down to the execution now. Cutler on the break, but well read is Gillard. And last went just to get the ball back out to Sordo quick as possible.
Good work there by Gillard, the 19-year-old. He knew the challenge was coming in. Vassiliadis sends along. Gillard again. He's been good today, Gillard. Tasevsky as well. A number of Magic players have really stepped up today. Can they bring it home is the question. as Casey Went goes long. The wind has settled down. Just probably opened up the game a little bit more freely than what it was in the first half. As Casey Went, tries to take as much time. Aru. Gust. Line ball over the top. Ciliada's just bounced off the back there. Atsopoulos down the line. Maker goes to the line. It'll be a throw for Altona Magic. Testing times, Katie. Testing times for both these sides.
It's tense. It's tense, and you can feel it throughout the stands and on the ground there. You can feel both of these sides know what's riding on this. Finals hopes on the line here and now. What can Aru make of this? He's got options. They're not tempted to go along here, so they go the direction of McCloskey. Buck doing well to get ahead on that one, but nowhere near enough to beat Siciliano in the goal there. Again, holding their nerve is, both these sides holding their nerve is going to be so crucial as to how this plays out. You'd be brave to bet against either side here. So much still to come.
Cutler there, he got a touch to it, but it didn't favour him. Just added a different dimension, Daniel Cutler and Hassan Jello. $15 minutes left to go here. And it's round 22, Senol NPL Victoria, 23, Senol NPL Victoria match. Sordo. Dib streaming through. Goes over the top. Mustafa. Has to go back to Spiteri. He's got a bit of space in front of him. Went all the way back to Siciliano. Going wide, straight to Kawaguchi. Sordo. That combination of Sordo and Kawaguchi has been really good. They could come away with it. Dib. Oh, he's put the through ball in Dib, but I don't think Jallo was ready for it. Could have had his time again, Katie. Might have been a different story.
Yeah, indeed, it might have. Okay, it's a bit of a let-off for Altona here. I like that front foot defending from Maker just to get in front of my block there. More space is opening up between the lines. Both of these sides are committing to getting numbers forward. It's what's making such a dramatic kind of contest right now and so attacking as it is.
Ciliades just couldn't get the height there. Garangaru's quite tall. Hatsopoulos going through the middle now. Out wide to Sordo. Sordo now looking to take on Spiteri. Step over. Cross comes in. There will be a corner. If we only had the wind die down in the first 45, could have been a totally different game. The second 45 has been really fantastic. The first 45, not pleasure to watch, that's for sure. There's a corner here for the Magic on the far side. We'll wait for the ball to come back into play. Is there another twist to this game? Cross comes in, headed away. And good work there by Owen McCluskey. Vasiliadis to bring it back into play. Falls to Aru. Good work. He's got around 3. Cutler. Oh, strong challenge there. It's going to be a yellow card. Well, Gillard was sent off in the first game.
Did not need to leave his feet there, did he? And straight away, it's a yellow card. If maybe a second too late, that could have ended up easily red, and something pretty serious for Daniel Cutler should be said. But the big man is back up on his feet, and that's a yellow every day of the week for Lockie Gillard. He's been brilliant today, it must be said, the central defender. Might want that moment back, though. It's going to just allow Geordie's now a free kick. Going the other way. Can they get this moving? Can they form something here, the Georgies?
Dib looks to go up the fit line. Aru cutting that one off. There'll be another throw here for George Cross. They have to go long. Jack Pope comes across to take it. As Pope goes long into the box. Cleared by Aru. Dib thought about it. And that's going to go straight to the keeper. As Went releases early. Ooh. Big dive there by Dib. Play on is the call. Play on is the call, but he's gone down there. John Mabok is slowly getting back on his feet. The cross comes in. Karangaroo allows it to drop down, and offside flag is raised.
He went all in on that challenge, didn't he, Nicky Dib? Just ran through the middle of the park, and I think he took out... I think Mabok is back on his feet, it should be said. Been in the wars this afternoon, has John Mabok. Mustafa hasn't quite had the impact on this game that I thought he may have had. Draws a foul out of Gus there, but I'm a bit surprised why Hassan Jallo hasn't had the chance just yet.
So opportunity now, Dib. Looks to bring it into play. 10 minutes left to go here at Churchill. We'll get it right eventually. Paisley Park. It's a poor free kick. Dib again. Gus. Kawaguchi. Spiteri cutting that one off. Goes over the top. Benadu now. Can he deliver another good cross? Gets around Make. Karangaroo. Good challenge there from Aru. He's been solid. Vasiliadis looks to bring it back into play. Over the top. Pope. Couldn't get it past McCluskey. Maker. Aru clears as far as Vasiliadis. High ball in the air. Gillard clears. Hatsopoulos and Sasevsky linking up nicely. Good work by Pope now. Dib can go wide. Finds Benadu. Good cross in. Jello won't get there. Kawaguchi behind. As the sun sets over Paisley Park now. Is there another goal left? Mustafa. Cutler tried to thread the needle. Sordo twisting and turning his way out of trouble. Spiteri did great work there. It's an awkward cross. Gillard headers it away. Vasiliadis down the line to Benadu. And he needs a little bit of assistance. Cutler wins it back. Great work. Benadu going forward. Can go wide to Vasiliadis. Aru comes back. The cross comes in. It's deep. And the header, that time, just not strong enough. Quick release by Went. Zoutsidis plays it to the line. As coming on is Daniel Fabrizio. Coming on is Peter Hatsopoulos. He's put in a good shift today, Hatsopoulos, Katie.
I agree. It must be said. He's played on the shoulder of defence. I think he links up well throughout the midfield and throughout the attack. I like the introduction of Fabrizio now at this point. I know he's had his issues with injury, but I think now's a decent time to make that change. Again, Hatsopoulos, I think he's very much made that second striker spot that I think that Altona have honed. I think he's made it very well his own.
Georgies will look to make another change with Jonathan Alevres to come on. Can the youngster create some magic against magic? Cross comes in, cleared by Zoutsidis. Kawaguchi, he fancies himself, but got underneath it.
Two changes, I think, is the call from Eric Vassiliadis, so they're going to hold off on the Alvarez introduction for now.
I think it's going to be Zoutsidis, because before he said he felt something in the hamstring, so they've got to be precaution and get him off. 5 minutes left to play here at Paisley Park as Fabrizio heads it down to Siciliano, who's kept it in. They've got to go long. Gillard heads it back. Kawaguchi sends it forward. You can see just Zoutsidis not running. As he would freely. So Jakub Mustafa coming on. Jonathan Alevres coming on. And Morgan Filer for Maker.
Done well has here today, the big centre back, Maker. Every challenge he was called upon, every time he was called upon to impact the play, he did exactly that as a defender, forming quite the partnership with Michael Tsasidis this season.
Jello brings it down. Gust. Well done from Alevres. Pope. Gets out of traffic. It goes wide. Cutler. And it's a free kick. Kawaguchi bringing him down to the jeers of the Magic fans. You feel like time is almost running out for George Cross here. We know they scored in the 96th minute in the earlier clash in round 10. Can they do the same here today, or will Magic have one magic trick up their sleeve as the ball goes straight to Wendt and an opportunity goes begging?
He's had a good second half here, Sordo. He really has. I think he's been key to what Altona have done, or what the Magic have done in this second half, that's for sure. He's always been quite a lively threat. Again, a bit clunky through the middle there by the Magic. They're going to need to do better than that if they're going to see off this Georgie's defense, as Filer does well there.
Zoutsidis going up the line. Gillard bring it down. Fabrizio, and good work by Vassiliadis. Benatu. And Aru goes into the books with a yellow caution. Well, that's his 6th for the year. So Deep now tasked with bringing it back into play. Can he find someone on the end of it? Thought about going short. He does. Cross from Vasiliadis. Headed back by Gillard. Zoutsidis couldn't get the foot in there. Well, still not out of trouble. Pope there to clean up. Leverez. Oh, he gets around his marker. Little think over the top. Stoicheski. Oh, just stood on the ball. They go wide. Dib. Toseski with the challenge. And they'll get called back. Smart play there by Nicholas Dib.
Good refereeing as well to try and allow the advantage to try and take shape there, but definitely a foul. We await now with bated breath just exactly how much stoppage time we're going to have left on the clock. I expect somewhere around 3 to 4 minutes. This game is still on a knife's edge. Geordie's looking the most likely of the two here to score. Can they do so here?
Dib over the ball. Is this the moment here for Georgies? Cross comes in. It's into the mixer. Headed away. Alvarez. Not the greatest of shots, but Dib will get it again. Took a heavy touch. Gust. Just slicing that one. Good pressure there from Spiteri. It'll be 4 minutes of added time as we've hit the magic 90 now. The pressure intensifying here. He goes long. And it's going to be a free kick there for Maurizio. High foot. Another free kick here for Georgies. Dib again over the ball. Can they find someone on the end of it here? Cross comes in. Filer flicks it on. And Zoutsidis couldn't get there in time. Good work by Wen. A quick release. He releases Sordo, no. Fabrizio waiting for it. Sordo still going. Squared it. But not enough on there. Georges can go up the other way. Zoutsidis. It was a poor ball forward. 3 minutes left to go. Magic pushing forward now. Still going. Shot comes in. Cleared by Zoutsidis. Cutler. It'll be a throw for George Cross here. We're going down to the wire, Katie.
Absolutely. Every chance, every clash, every challenge matters here. Altona nearly breaching Georgie's, getting him behind on the counter-attack there, but just needed a moment or two just to pause and allow the pass to take place with Sordo. Was Daniel Fabrizio in space there, but it's going to let off the Georgies coming back the other way. They look the most likely of the two, don't they, to bring this home. Time is ticking. Their finals hopes are on the line.
2 minutes left to go here at Paisley Park. Pope to bring it in. Goes long. End of the way. Another chance. Dib. Good block there by Gus. They'll get a second chance at a throw here. George is leaving this one very late. Can Magic hold on here? They go long again. It's a looping throw. Kawaguchi clears. And that one will be a goal kick for the Magic.
Wasteful, unfortunately, and I don't think they'll have much more chances than that. All the Georgies. Altona started this half with an absolute win behind them, but it's Georgies who've come home with the wet sail. They haven't been able to. They've been able to claw back, but they have not been able to find that opening for the second. And I think honours will be even. Honours will be shared here this afternoon. Time ticking away.
Well, it'll be the 11th draw of the season. if they can't find the equaliser in the final 30 seconds here. But more importantly, their finals hope hangs by it. Fred Siciliano sends it forward, or straight to Gust. High ball, Mabok. Oh, Zoutsidis once again. It'll be a corner, but still he stopped a clear-cut chance. You feel like this is the last kick of the game.
He scored in Olympico from this exact same corner, Kawaguchi. He impacted the play at the start of the second half. Can he have the final say on this game? Morgan Filer doing brilliantly there to cut out the danger. John Mabok nearly into space, but the second half sub in Filer doing his absolute maximum due diligence then gets it clear. Last chance here, surely.
Kawaguchi. Cross comes in. Near post. Well, we played nearly 5 minutes. It was 4 intended. Could we see a repeat of the round 10 clash here? Could Magic steal it in the last second? The sun is in the eyes of the Georgie's defence. Kawaguchi taking his time. Cross comes in, it's deep. It's headed back into play, but it's over the bar. And that'll be the full-time whistle here at Paisley Park in this round 23 Senol NPL Victoria match. And it ends in a stalemate, 1-1 after Euro Kawaguchi scored Olympico in the 50th minute. And then Alex Sanyal scored in the 63rd to make it 1-1. Katie, not the prettiest game over the 90 minutes, but the second half was definitely the better out of the two.
I mean, compared to the flat lemonade we had for the first half, that second half was champagne, I think you'd have to say. Yeah, end-to-end stuff, fun, actually a very fun second half. Altona got off on the right foot for the second half. They scored early on, and that forced Geordies into a response. And I think from the second half onward, Geordies only grew into the contest. They had the breeze behind them. We know that they wasted it, but they got a response in the second half. A point on the road is never bad if you're Geordies. Ultimately, though, you can't help but feel that's kind of a chance-begging, considering the fact that Heidelberg were defeated by Avondale 2-1 earlier this afternoon. In the context of things, this isn't probably what they wanted. I sense a disappointment rather than anything else from this Caroline Springs George Cross team. But to be fair, Altona are a tricky proposition, and it proved once again today. That proved true once again today. Altona, you know what to expect. Well-drilled, transitional team, hard-working team, greater than the sum of its parts. I think on the balance of things, 1-1 is a very fair result.
Well, thank you all for tuning in. We still got the Dandy Derby at 6 o'clock. Also got the Nike FC Cup. So plenty of football still left to come. On behalf of the team here, myself, Alex Sifkorowski and Katie Lambeski, thank you all for tuning in. We hope you had a great weekend. We'll see you around the grounds.